going to talk about the Jets and Giants because I think the city of New York, the tri-state area, should be feeling very ecstatic about how the Jets and Giants both drafted. I felt like for the first time in history, Jets and Giants came together
United.
like, hey, great pick. Yeah. Great. You guys did good too. We did too. Oh, we both did awesome. Giants and Jets fans have united.
Yeah.
Because we both have been through similar struggles since 2015. We know how it's like.
They showed that graphic. We were both have the worst record in the NFL, the Giants and the Jets. I didn't need to see that yesterday.
New York has been down bad.
Terribly.
Yankees and Mets.
Yeah, I would say Yankees and Mets are on the
carrying the boats in the love.
I tweeted actually, it's not a coincidence that the Mets are getting good, the best currently, and the Jets are now on the come up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Giants, they drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, and it was a great pick because at 5, you get Kayvon. At 7, you're going to get one of the 3 offensive tackles.
Yeah. Question though, do you said that? Did you think that if Kayvon's there at 6, they went Kayvon?
No.
So then that's what I was wondering. I just feel like either way they could have shaken it.
But either way, the reason why I disagree with that is because there's always a chance. And even if you don't take Kayvon, if you don't take the edge rusher there, the gap between Kayvon and Jermaine Johnson and Karlaftis, there's a gap there.
Huge.
But there's not a gap between Ickey and Neal, and I would even say Cross as a pass protector.
Okay.
So you can take Kayvon at 5. At 7, there's not that gap. Even if they take Ickey, we're fine with Neal. Like, it doesn't matter. I think Cross, it's kind of like, okay, you get into that muddy water, but there's less of a gap. So I thought they did a great job. And I think Joe Shane is already better than Dave Gettleman.
Oh, easily.
He made 2 great picks in his first picks, and you look at the Giants' offensive line. Andrew Thomas, Shane LeMahieu, John Feliciano playing center, Mark Glowinski, and Evan Neal. He's going to be the right tackle. Defensive line, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams can now be in the defensive tackle role, and Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge. They are building that core. They're building up the front line of their team right now with those personnel groupings. And I mean the Jets. Where do I even start?
Get your bag.
Sauce Gardner, the next Darrelle Revis. If he's not Darrelle Revis,
you can't put pressure like that on.
Bro, Darrelle Revis is like Darrelle Revis is the top 2 corner ever.
Sauce Gardner said, when I think of the Jets, I think of Darrelle.
I mean, who else are you going to think of?
This era of Jets fans, when they think of the Jets, are going to think Sauce and Zach.
But you got to say this generation's.
Okay.
Like, at the minimum, at the worst.
If he's not Darrelle, he's Antonio Cromartie. An all-pro player.
I like
That's what he is.
That's a lot more fair. It's a lot more
reasonable. Like
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 1 and CB1, we drafted at 4 and 10. Then Jermaine Johnson at pick 26. Joe Douglas said these guys were in the top 8. And look, I love the Garrett Wilson and Sauce picks. I loved it. We were here. I wanted Sauce all along. The reason why I love the Jermaine Johnson pick more than both of them, I listened to their draft calls. I listened to their interviews. Jermaine Johnson, he in an interview was like, out of all the 30 teams I visited, the Jets were the team that I went there and I said, I want to go there. And he told Joe Douglas, come get me.
Real.
Come get me. I want to be a New York Jet.
Double J.
I want to be a Jet.
It just gives me goosebumps, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Joe
there's
Douglas,
nothing that gets me more than draft videos after talking to their parents, crying, like, oh.
Joe Douglas was trying to trade up for Jermaine Johnson since pick 16. Waited all the way to 26. Somehow, by a miracle of God, he was there.
There was a 1% chance he would drop past 20. And he was there at, what, 26, you said? That's crazy.
Joe Douglas, on the phone, tells Jermaine Johnson, you told me to come get you, and I went and got you.
Yeah,
that's hard.
And Jermaine Johnson's over there taking selfies with Jets fans, and he wants to be a Jet.
Yeah.
That's why I love the pick the most, because he wants to be a New York Jet. When do you hear that? Nobody says that. Nobody says I want to be a Jet. Nobody.
Not in 2022.
But Jermaine Johnson said that.
Changing.
And I had this idea that I want to get out right now, because have you guys noticed the trend? I think we are all starting to notice a trend. Joe Douglas fleeces teams in trade. First day of free agency this offseason, what happened? Everybody said the Jets won free agency. First day, no doubt about it. First day of the draft, what's everybody saying? The Jets won the NFL draft. Don't you guys notice there's a shift changing? Joe Douglas is turning around the Jets. Robert Saleh is turning around the Jets.
We've been here. Like, this isn't
drafting wide receiver 1, drafting CB1, drafting the top 5 edge at pick 26. I said it before, I'll say it again. The NFL isn't ready for the New York Jets in a good way. Jets fans are going to reap the benefits of it. We are no longer the laughingstock of the NFL. Joe Douglas, in JD we trust. It's as simple as that. Joe Douglas hasn't lost a trade yet. He's killing free agency. He kills the draft. The ignorant comments I see about it's the same old Jets. It's the same old Jets. That's so ignorant because this is a new staff. This is a new coach. This is a new coaching staff. This is a new front office. These are new players. This is a new culture. God damn, we even got new uniforms. This is a new everything. This ship is turning around. It's as simple as that. The same way we talk about the Bills now is how we'll talk about the New York Jets in 2 to 3 years. Bank on it. Bank on it. All it took for the Bills was to get Joe Shane. Not Joe Shane. All it took for the Bills was to get Brandon Beane. They figured out the GM. They figured out the coach in Sean McDermott, and they turned around. The Jets figured out the GM in Joe Douglas. They figured out the coach in Robert Saleh. Now it's turning around, and we are going to see the Zach Wilson year 2 leap, and then people are going to start believing. Get your tickets now. Nobody's on the ship after this year.
Hop aboard.
Nobody's on the ship after the first game starts. I will give everybody a chance to start believing in the Jets now, and I won't penalize you for it. Once week 1 starts,
it's over.
You're a goner. You're on outside the club looking in. That's it.
Yeah.
The Jets are here.
Yes,
the time is now.
Yes, sir.
The time is now.
Sir.
The time is now.
Oh, man. You got to love it. And someone tweeted, it might have been someone from PFF. They're like, I'm shocked the Jets have such professionalism and like continuity. Like it is true though, because we've gone through some terrible GMs with McCagnon and Idzik and like legitimately some of the worst GMs in the NFL. I'm going to pick the Jets, obviously having the best draft, but I want to give the Giants their flowers because I've been someone who shit on the Giants, especially early on when I first started coming on here. I didn't like the Saquon pick, and I didn't believe they should be paying him, and I don't like Daniel Jones. But I have loved what they've done so far this offseason. I mean, it started hiring Brian Dable and Shane as well. I mean, that's starting those guys from Buffalo, getting them over here, bringing in the new culture, really setting the foundation they want to set. And it doesn't take much. If you're a Giants fan, it cannot take much to believe in Joe Shane, right? When you go back and see what Dave Gettleman did with listen, I think Kadarius Toney is a really good player, but there's already talks about him potentially being traded. He was their first-round pick in 2021. Andrew Thomas is really their only building block in 2020. They had 3 firsts in 2019. It was Daniel Jones, Dexter Lawrence, and DeAndre Baker. There's a good chance 2 of those 3 guys are gone by next season. Obviously, Baker's already gone. And in 2018, his first pick was Saquon Barkley at number 2 overall, who's a great player, but once again, it's a running back. You're probably not building your team around him, especially because Saquon hasn't been able to stay healthy for multiple seasons now. And Joe Shane hit 2 home runs in this draft. Evan Neal and Kayvon Thibodeau really building the trenches, just like Joe Douglas did when he drafted Mekhi Becton his first season there. Getting a pass rusher that they desperately needed. Azeez Ojulari put up some really good numbers. I want to say at 8 sacks his rookie season. Now you have Kayvon there, and all these character concerns. Like, did you see Kayvon Thibodeau with the Make-A-Wish kid get lit with him? Like, that should put everything to rest about what you say about Kayvon Thibodeau.
Did you see the video of he was at a press conference after he got drafted, and he was telling the story of how he met Saquon and Daniel Jones. This how he did it exactly. He sees Saquon come up to him and say, "What's up?" He says, "What's up?" to Saquon, and then he's like, then I just see this regular looking dude,
this average guy,
and he's like, "Hey, I'm Daniel," and then he's like, "Daniel Jones?"
He took the glasses off. Yeah, that shit was
he's
funny.
like, "Daniel Jones?"
Yeah.
Everybody, Giants Twitter, because I know I follow some people that are a part of Giants Twitter. They were like, "Why is Kayvon acting like Daniel Jones is like somebody?" He's like,
Actually,
Daniel Jones?
I saw Daniel Jones out in Hoboken last weekend.
For real?
Yeah, he sat I was out and he was sat right next to me. Actually, I was like, "Yo, is that Daniel Jones? Am I bugging?" It was him.
Did you do what Kayvon did?
No, I didn't say anything. Jones? But I was talking to one of my friends who lives in Hoboken. He said he sees him out there pretty often.
I wish you would have said something to him. He recognized you from the podcast, and he just open hand smacks you.
I'm not disrespectful to Daniel Jones. I just don't think he's a franchise guy.
Whatever.
But let's get into the Jets because
the Bucks the draft is going on now. The Bucks selected Logan Hall with the 33rd pick. Yep.
Yeah. Let's get into the Jets, right? We gave the Giants their flowers. I love the direction they're heading, building the trenches with Evan Neal, who's going to play right tackle, or if Andrew Thomas gets hurt or whatever, he can start with the left tackle too. But the Jets, Oh man, the Jets. Oh jeez. This is the first time in a couple of years that like we didn't really know what they were doing. Like we knew about Quinnen, we knew about Zach. This is the first time we're like at 4, we didn't really know which way they were gonna go, right? I wanted Kayvon. I thought he was a great pick, but getting Sauce, I wasn't mad with at all. We know about his stats. Only allowed 130 yards this past season, no touchdowns in college. But the most important thing that Sauce brings to this team, he brings the swagger back. The moxie, the confidence, something that for whatever Jamal Adams, how much we shit on him, the one thing that left the building was the swag that he brings day in and day out to this organization.
Sauce.
And Sauce comes in and immediately rejuvenates that room. Bryce Hall, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II, they're really good players.
Brendan Eccles.
But they don't bring that confidence and swagger that Sauce is going to bring to this cornerback room. We already know how lit Robert Saleh gets when he's just talking on the phone and on Sunday on the sidelines. Sauce comes in and brings that confidence that this DB room desperately needs. Now you pair him with Whitehead, who we just signed, DJ Reed. We have the corners and the DBs available to go up against these really good wide receivers with the Tyreek Hills, Waddles, Stephon Diggs just in our own division, let alone the Jamar Chases and everyone else who's in the AFC. So they have all the corners, because the receivers are getting paid crazy. So the Jets said, you know what, let's go get the corners who could stop these receivers, or at least limit them as much as they can. And then they paired that up with going and getting Jermaine Johnson, getting a guy that could get after the quarterback. At number 4, I thought it was ludicrous to take Jermaine Johnson. He's a JUCO guy. He only played really one full season of...
And over Kayvon, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, he played one full season of Division I football. He kind of was a rotational player at Georgia the year before, but one full season where he was dominant at Florida State, don't get me wrong, but he's also a bit older.
That would have been a Jets pick.
That would have been a terrible
historically
pick.
Jets pick.
That would have been a terrible
pick.
But
you know why that's different now in 2022? Because of Joe Douglas.
Yeah. But Jermaine Johnson trading up, and we really didn't give up a ton to move up. I mean, I think we gave up, all in all, like an extra 3rd round pick, maybe 2nd.
It was.
Yeah, because we only have 36 now, not 38. But yeah, we traded up, obviously, to the 26. And then lastly, Garrett Wilson. I mean, he was my wide receiver, too. I knew Treylon Burks was never going to go top 10. So if you really want to talk about Garrett Wilson, was probably my most realistic position in terms of my receivers I like the most for the Jets at 10, even though, like I mentioned, I thought Jameson fit what they needed more. But you have Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. Those are 2 of the best young separators in the NFL. It's going to make life so easy for Zach Wilson. These guys are just going to be open all the damn time. You just got to find
Garrett
him,
Wilson's
hit
another
the ball.
One that has
A+ draft.
Yeah, for sure.
Swag.
And he has 4.3 speed. He's someone that has wide receiver 1 capabilities with Elijah Moore, great route runner. And
you know what I loved most about the draft?
What?
Zach Wilson recording every pick and welcoming the guys.
Yeah.
That's lit.
He said, what's better than 1 Wilson's 2 Wilsons? I said,
I don't know where I heard this report. I seen it on Twitter that Zach Wilson has been like already bothering Garrett Wilson to start throwing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
He's already been bothering him.
And then when you look at, I'm trying to find my tweet about.
It's just now, you look at the Jets, we're going from Bryce Hall and Michael Carter II are now CB3 or CB4.
Yeah, I have actually a tweet from Michael Nania, who was on the show a couple weeks ago. In 2019, our cornerback room was Dale Roberts, Nate Hairston, Bless Austin, Tremaine Johnson, Maurice Candy. Now it's Sauce, DJ Reed, Bryce Hall, Michael Carter. And then you look at the wide receiver room. We have Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios. This has really never been a time where it's been this deep, talented, and young. We're building a team that could compete now and into the future. I don't think they're a championship team this year, but the way they're building, and they still have one of the best
Are you guys
GMs.
the Bengals this year?
We might be. You never know. Crazier things have happened, like the Bengals.
That's true.
If Zach could take that leap, into being a top 10 to 12 quarterback,
we could be healthy also. You have to be healthy. Health always plays a factor.
We could be a borderline playoff team.
And I think you said it very perfectly, and something that stuck out to me with what you were talking about as well. You said we're going to be the Bills in a couple of years.
Christian Watson to the Packers, 34.
I love
Great
that.
pick.
I love that pick because that should have been the pick where they took.
Did they trade up to 34?
They must have.
Yeah,
they
because
didn't have
that's the
34.
Vikings pick.
Okay.
They must have because I would have liked them to take Christian Watson with the pick that they took Wyatt. So for them to get Christian Watson as well,
very nice.
Now I like that move a lot.
Yeah,
now to talk. Go ahead.
Now, you could go first and then we'll talk about it.
So
after.
something that you said that really stuck out to me, that the Jets are going to be the Bills, and the Bills figured it out, and it started with their GM. It started once Josh Allen turned into Josh Allen. Once Josh Allen reached, he started to ascend.
Getting Diggs is what unlocked
Once
it.
Josh Allen turned into a top 3 quarterback, we started to see the Bills take a different trajectory.
They made the playoffs with Allen being mediocre.
No, they made the playoffs. No doubt.
They started to take the turn because the defense became elite.
But they took that next level jump because Josh Allen.
That's what made them title contenders.
But they didn't become relevant.
Can I finish? Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Now you want this jump from the Jets. You have the talent around it for sure, but it all starts with Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson can take that leap in year 2 that we are projecting him, I'm a believer in. Yeah, Fareed, you jumped down my throat. I'm not slandering.
Pause.
That's a saying. All right,
Bro said you jumped down my throat.
That's a saying.
Yeah,
unbelievable. You're a sicko.
I bet you love that
but that's crude. That's crude. But I'm a believer in Zach too. I'm not hating on him. We're projecting Zach to play a lot better than he did in year 1. He was solid down the stretch in year 1, started off shaky. But if he takes that leap that we're projecting in year 2, the Jets can be exciting. But it is beginning and ending with Zach Wilson. If Zach Wilson takes the leap, you guys will be lit. But if Zach Wilson kind of stalls in year 2 and we are now banking on year 3 Zach Wilson, then we start to become a little bit hesitant and a little bit worrisome. It all begins with Zach Wilson. Now for the draft, 100%. I don't want to reiterate too much. Everyone's saying it because it's a fact. The Jets won the draft. They had the best performance to get Sauce Gardner. Me personally, I'm one of the few that I am fine with Derek Stingley going before Sauce. Personally, I like Derek Stingley a little bit more in coverage, his speed. I like Derek Stingley. So to get Sauce at 4 regardless, if you guys believe that he's the best corner, for me personally, he's number 2, and even still, Sauce is going to be great. At 10, to get the wide receiver 1, in your guys' opinion, my wide receiver 2, you can't ask for anything better. For him to fall to 10 was very fortunate for you guys. And to pair that with Zach Wilson to aid his development as well, you get him a true X on the outside. You can't ask for anything more if you're Zach Wilson. And then to top it all off, to come back at the end of the draft and finally secure your one of your biggest needs going into the draft with Jermaine Johnson, because I was under the same belief as you. I would have liked Kayvon at 4. But now that pick is justified taking Sauce because you traded back into the first round to get Jermaine Johnson. Now you answered, you needed a little bit of secondary help, you got it with Sauce.
Oh, Jets just traded up to 36.
They're getting to Kobe Dean. I don't know for sure.
We picked at 38, though. Why are we going to trade up just to jump the Giants and Texans to get Dean?
Yeah,
and also
Texans could have probably wanted Dean. And
I'm saying
Giants also
my prediction is this is N'Kobe Dean.
So I forgot what I was saying.
Which makes the draft even better.
We gave up 38 and 146 for 36. Let's see what we got.
So yes.
Oh wow, we took Breece Hall.
Nice.
We took Breece Hall.
Damn, that kind of hurts because I like my car a lot, but man. That is cool.
Oh,
yo,
man.
Joe Douglas is going all in on Zach. He's going all in on Zach. And you have to.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I'm not that shocked, bro. I told you Mike Carter's not a.
Mike Carter's good though. We have
can do everything. Breece can do everything.
I know.
But he's bigger. He's stronger. He can block.
He's better. He's better.
But yes, Mike Carter is a complimentary back.
Yes, I'm sad because Alvaro's been asking me all week. Do you think they take Breece Hall? I'm like, no, they're not taking Breece Hall, bro. And I've been telling him the whole time they're not taking Breece Hall.
Do you understand what we're doing?
Is he still the first running back dynasty?
Probably. You guys see where Walker goes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So,
wow, Breece Hall.
So yes, like I was saying, you needed a secondary help. You go and you get Sauce. You needed wide receiver help. You go and you get arguably the best wide receiver in the draft. You needed edge rusher help, in my opinion, more than anything. And you go and you get Jermaine Johnson at the end. I think it was a great draft by them. And to wrap it up with the Giants, what's there to really say? You needed an edge rusher desperately. You go and you get arguably the best pass rusher in the draft in Kayvon Thibodeau. Me personally, I never wanted to hear this outside noise that he's not a good fit. When you have a certain type of cockiness, and cockiness, in my opinion, I don't really like that word. I like confidence. Mm-hmm. Because when you're confident, and sometimes you are overly confident, some teams don't like that. But when you believe in yourself and you really think that you are who you believe you are, that is never a negative for me. And Kayvon Thibodeau exudes that, and that's why I do believe he's going to be an elite level pass rusher in this league. And now Evan Neal, excellent pick, probably the best tackle in this draft. And to wait till 7 to get him, you lock up that right tackle spot. And Andrew Thomas struggled with injury last season. He missed some games early last season.
Nah, but he was healthy.
He came back. Yes, but there is the injury concern. So let's say that Andrew Thomas. What's going on with you? Can I finish the statement?
You're giving false information.
It's not false. Andrew Thomas missed games. Anyways, let's say, God forbid, Andrew Thomas does go down. Evan Neal can come right in and fill that left tackle spot.
Yeah, he played 13 games, bro.
So he missed
4 games.
Okay.
You said he struggled with injury last season. He was great last year.
He missed 4. He was really solid.
He's Andrew Thomas' number 1 fan.
I know, but Andrew Thomas was great last year.
He was really good, but let's say there's that chance that he misses some time. Evan Neal comes in and fills. regardless of how you want to shake it, it was an excellent pick by them. They hit a home run draft, and I'm looking at the Jets as the best of the night for sure, but right after them, I'm looking at the Giants.